Welcome to Ground Control RC. I have a project in the planning for an backyard / indoor micro airplane, and so I'm testing different brushed motors and props. I'm wanting to make it a one cell plane, and to make things less complicated, I'm hoping that I can use a brushed motor. So I've topped off my battery. I've set up this rig. I don't normally test brushed motors, but and it's kind of crude, but it looks like it's effective for testing the thrust on these motors. So I ordered 4 1020 motors and props, and the prop is a 3-inch prop. I've topped off my one cell battery, and I've got my micro receiver up here on top of the rig. So because it has a brushed speed controller built into the board, so to save weight. So that's great. But let's go ahead and see what kind of thrust we're going to get from this motor. I'll go ahead and plug it up, and then I'll move the camera in where you can see the scales. Okay, you turn on the scale, and okay, let's go ahead and run it up. I'll run it up to 100%, and then I'll pull it back to 50% and see what we get at 150%. And if you guys have never used one of these micro DSM2 DSMX controllers, and I'll have a link in the show notes, in order to keep this motor from actuating when you first bind to it, you're going to need to really put your throttle trim almost all the way down in order for that motor to not actuate when you bind to it. Just a little tip for you. Okay, so let's see what kind of thrust we get at full throttle. And 50%. Okay, so for a 1020 motor and a 3-inch prop, I think that's pretty disappointing. Yeah, I think that's let me pull it back out and refocus here. It's pretty disappointing. I'm hoping to find a brushed motor and prop combination that can give me 60 grams of thrust at full throttle, because I'm estimating the weight with all the electronics and the battery of this micro plane, this backyard indoor plane, is going to be about 50 grams. So I thought this might be a good candidate for that plane, but now I'm rethinking that. 40 grams with a 1020 motor and a 3-inch prop seems pretty pathetic to me. But the motors and the props, I ordered them, and I'll have a link to those too. They're actually made for a micro brushed quadcopter, 4 motors and 4 props, and they were very, very inexpensive. And the price is good. But you would definitely need 4 of these motors and props to get decent thrust out of it. 4 of them together, that's 160 grams of thrust, which wouldn't be bad for a quadcopter. But 40 grams of thrust with a 3-inch prop is not very good for a plane. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this for my micro plane, my backyard indoor micro plane that I'm designing and getting ready to build here before too long. So I will keep testing, and I will keep you apprised of the results. So thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out our Patreon site. We have a lot of free content there as well. And I will see you in the air.